Hello, I'm Cheryl McDermott, and I am here. I'm going to talk about my experiences today with teaching. And today was a really fun, crazy day. I like these days where you really have to think on your feet. So I'm teaching a software program that I teach often, and just last night they did a developmental change, which was mostly cosmetic. So the look of the software has changed. Most of the features are the same. I did, however, find some extra buttons. Now, this happened after midnight. So it happened after midnight last night, and I did have the heads up yesterday afternoon that it was going to happen, but I had no idea what was going to take place. So I have my presentation, the PowerPoint presentation that kind of guides the class. I have it up. Typically, I have it on, but I also run this class by doing live demonstrations. So I'm actually in the program and we're doing it together. This is something that the people in this industry and within our company are using, and they need to utilize it almost every day, depending on the transactions that they're doing. So there was this push and it changed. So all of my screenshots on the PowerPoint presentation were incorrect. And I didn't have enough time or enough notes to know exactly what had changed. So I approached the class by, we're going to learn it together. And it worked. It really worked. I had to be fast on my feet and we had to explore together, but the class overall thought it was good. And I did as well. I feel very positive about it. We learned all of the new features just by clicking through everything. And so it was not my normal class. I did not stick to the normal flow of the class. Instead, we were just going through all of the processes to see how, if anything, had changed. So people were working with me. They were following along on their computer. We were going through the software. We were discovering things together, and it was very interactive. In fact, there were some huge wins in the class. Some of the information that we covered it was more advanced, but I had already covered it at this office before, and a lot of the people were back from the previous class, so I already knew them. And they already knew a lot of the information. So we actually had people in the class teaching other people about how to use the software and how to benefit from it. And it was a huge win. And especially considering this morning I walk in and I'm a little nervous, obviously teaching something that had totally changed last night. And I had no time to prepare for it. So I knew my presentation, my PowerPoint presentation, my visual aids were not going to be on par. They were just not going to be right. So instead of utilizing that and having to apologize that it doesn't look the same anymore, I bagged it. I said, no, we're not going to use that. We're just going to actually go into the program and figure it out together. So today, huge, huge win. And I believe, as we know, student-centered is really where it's at, and people are really learning when they are the ones that are in charge, in control of their learning, of their education. So today that was a huge win. There was no formal structure, and we went with the flow, and I believe that we gained a lot, from my assessments, from the discussion. We did a lot of discussion on what we found, and huge, huge, huge wins today. Almost more than I've experienced at any of the other offices doing the same training. So I like this approach, and I'm going to see if I can take this approach and utilize it more, just because it really worked, being very hands-on and being very, let's discover it together, even if I'm not discovering it with them for the first time, like today I really was. But even if I'm not, I think that discovery mode put everybody in kind of a heightened sense of, let's figure this out, let's check it out. It was so helpful. So that's how class went today. On the other side of it, webinar. I was doing a webinar today, and the office that I'm in has no Wi-Fi. So it normally has Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi is down. The lesson here is that we always have to have a backup plan. I do have a hotspot, and I use the hotspot to be able to conduct the webinar. And it worked out fine. But really, that's it. That's the lesson for that, is that whatever can go wrong typically will go wrong. So not having Wi-Fi, good Wi-Fi, and I'm nowhere near the office right now. I'm probably with traffic at least an hour. So at least an hour. So there was nothing I could do but find Wi-Fi, find a hotspot, find something reliable. So that's exactly what we did. I do carry a mobile hotspot. So I would suggest if you are training in different locations a lot, make sure that you have a mobile hotspot that you can use if you're going to need to be on the internet for any reason, whether it's training, live training, live demonstration, follow me type of things. Mirroring, modeling. If you're doing any of that, make sure that you definitely have a backup because it's come in handy more than once for me. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much, and I look forward to talking to you soon.